Hello, hello, hello! And I didn't even say my normal intro, so hey, my name is Nina. Welcome to this video. I don't know why I'm already all over the place, but today I have a long boy for you. It was a huge build because today we are really committing to the craft and we will be building but we will be building the start to an entire abandoned kind of ruined village, and everything will be around resident services. So without further babbling on, let's flop on into the build and let's start building. So as you can see, we are starting out by having some cars pass by. That's very lovely. My window is open. I can't close it right now because I can't get up, but we will have to deal with that because I'd like to breathe. So we will have the window open. Also, quick disclaimer, as I'm terraforming and kind of extending this cliff just slightly to make it a bit more natural and finish it off after what we've left it as when we built the entrance. That you had. I just wanted to say I am so sorry if my voice sounds super like raspy, very like weird. I have a sore throat because I managed to catch corona, even though I'm literally not even leaving my room except for going to the bathroom. So you will have to excuse me. I'm okay. My voice just sounds very bad. Yeah, so sorry. We will have to deal with that today. As I was babbling on, I already laid out all this little pathing that I did. It's not a little pathing. Why am I adding little in front of every single word that I say? Anyways, we did this pathing, this huge chunk of pathing, and now we're getting a start on like the ruins that we're going to work on. And later we will also be placing a little bit of an incline because I want this to be like the start to the ruined city that will be lying behind it. And I want you to get like a very nice and pretty view of all the ruins, because I thought that would be a very nice start to like start exploring the ruins then. So that's what I went ahead and did, and I just kind of worked with the storefronts, and I think it's the light wood of the storefronts and these ruined arches and a couple of other ruined items. Now please ignore all the ruined items that I'm using right now because we will later be using like the little warmer brown that it comes in, and I will play around with it so much. And I think I even cut some of it out because I tried like literally almost every single customization of the ruined arch until I finally decided to go with the more like sand color looking variation. So that's what we will end up using. And now I'm prepping for this little incline that I wanted to use. I decided to go for a stone incline. I was initially going to go with a brick one. Could you please shut up? I love when children are playing outside. I love kids, but not during my recordings. How dare. Anyways, so I'm prepping for this incline, and I wanted the sides of the cliff that will be surrounding the incline be covered in these storefronts as well, because those are supposed to be buildings, obviously. So I'm raising some cliff again to just surround everything, but we're not going to do too much on top of the cliffs. We're just kind of going to be starting to complete the front of the cliff so that it looks finished, like a finished build when we're finishing this build. It's some top-notch quality commentary today again. So yeah, you already know what you're in for. I just told you that. So yeah, we will just see where this takes us, this voiceover, because we all know my detours, and I'm already on another detour. That is lovely. Okay, back to the build. I will keep terraforming, and this will kind of be the back of where the incline's going to go. This cliff back here is also going to change because you will be seeing me place down a couple of storefronts, and also I think like I use some of the gazebos, the more natural looking gazebos, that one. I will also be playing with a couple of variations until I like finally decide on which one I'm going to go for. And I decided that I kind of wanted a nicer backdrop for this gazebo because obviously you can look like through the gazebo, and I decided to create like a little courtyard moment back there. So I will shuffle around a couple of items, and later we will be editing the cliff a little bit more to fit some items in there to just create the little courtyard and just cover the cliffs up a little bit nicer, because I thought it looked kind of awkward, but I really like how it looks in the end. So now you can see I'm placing down this storefront and this one singular simple panel just to cover that one tile of cliff there. And then I'm just carving out 3 spaces so that we can later be fitting a tree in there, because for some reason it was very important to me to fit a tree in there. So that's what we're gonna do. And then we will lay down some more pathing and plop down this little simple panel to just finish off the cliff again. And now we're finally placing the tree, and we're not gonna do too much else back there simply because we can't fit anything else. But I really like how it looks compared to like before. And now that like the structure, like the main structure of the back thingy is done for now, I felt like this front part was lacking some stuff. So I felt like maybe adding a different build. And I've read a couple of your comments about the story of this island. Keep them coming if you have any ideas. I love reading through them and it inspires me a ton. And some said that maybe an earthquake happened and people weren't able to live here anymore, and I really love that idea. And I also might have an idea for a build, so that might be part of the storyline that we may go for. But what I was gonna say is that I decided, like as I was building, that I didn't want this town to feel like as old, like not ancient. I want there to be like some more modern aspects as well, so there will be tire stacks and like trash items every now and again, because I feel like I want it to look like people try to settle here not too long ago, and then maybe like the volcano erupted and they just couldn't live here anymore. So that was kind of the vibe that I tried to go for, so that we can still like use some of the damaged cars and whatnot, because I thought that would be very cute, or like some yard items, because the yards could also work very well in some areas of the island that I am imagining. And yeah, that's the storyline for now, but again, keep them coming. I'm loving all your creative input. It helps me out so much because you're so creative. Jesus Christ, I'm not a storyteller, obviously, so you guys help me out so much. And please also ignore what I'm doing with this building here. It's oh god, Jesus Lord. I was struggling so much with these buildings. Also, we're not going to use the code that I'm using on top of these roofs, like the little brick path. We're going to exchange that later because it felt way too structured to act as an actual path. So just ignore everything I did there. We will shuffle that around so much. And then I started to build up the kind of lower section of this build. So we will be doing some ruins and a little tiny building to the left here, because I thought it would look very nice as you like wake up from your dream and you just see those ruin items, and it might be like very I don't know, I just thought it looks kind of exciting if you would wake up and see those ruins items and then just start walking through them and like a whole city reveals itself. I don't know what you would call that. Yeah, Corona apparently has completely taken over my body and I can't even speak anymore. I'm just gonna say that's because of the Rona. Thank you very much. And then I just added a couple more trees because I wanted this to be super overgrown and feel like very tucked in. I also will block off the beach entirely because I feel like it wouldn't really fit this vibe, and I didn't really know how to translate this city over to the beach and like to seamlessly continue what I did up here onto the beach because of the weird brim that is around the island. With like the in-game pathing, it looks even weirder, so I decided to block it off. We might open it up at one point if I get an idea of what we could do, but for now I think we will keep it blocked so that it also feels a little bit bigger, like there could be more city like in front of this building to the right, but we will see what my little brain will come up with, you know. And then I honestly already started to kind of like furnish this all a little bit more. So we will flop down a couple of groups of items, and I also really wanted to include like a giant vine and like some of the vine benches to make it feel like extra overgrown, because they just feel like really tall and like huge overgrown roots or something, which I really love if you customize them to the brown version. And I really just love the color scheme that we have going on here, so it's like very neutral. And then we had a wonderful brief intermission of a Bo asking me to fish something for him, but not only fish something for him, but he dared to ask me to fish for one of the bass family, which I am so not gonna do, my love, because you only ever catch sea bass and black basses. Do you say basses? Bassies? Basses? Baxes. We're gonna call them baxes. Black baxes. I don't know what I'm going on about. Oh my lord. Whenever a villager asks me to fish for them, I can't get any. So yeah, I think I said I would catch one for him, but since I'm a terrible person, I obviously didn't. And yeah, back to my struggles here. I tried to incorporate some of these plant partitions because I thought they could look very cute, and like the roof was kind of like overgrown. And I went with this like dark brown brick because it just felt like a shadow around the vine. You can't really see the brick because it's covered by the storefronts, and I thought it just added another element and made it gave it a bit more depth. And I did the exact same thing over to the left side, so I didn't show you because it was a pain in the ass, and I'm not I don't need to show you. It was terrible. And then right here, I felt like we needed some more building elements. So I included this kind of mossy version of the stonework kitchen, I think it's called. And I was initially gonna like make it a bit of a building with like a tree in the middle, but it didn't work out, so I just plonked down the stonework kitchen, and we would just imagine that it's like a full-fledged building. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, then it was just all about the overgrowing the path, and I didn't really want this area to feel very open, so I tried to like really clutter up the area while keeping it very cohesive with the brown color scheme and very, very overgrown. But I felt like if I kind of cluttered it up a bit more, it would look less like someone had walked these paths in a while. So did that sentence, was that grammatically correct? I don't think so. I think it didn't even make sense. So what I meant is that I was trying to get this to look like no one has walked these paths in a while, and I thought by cluttering them, it would help to like give off that vibe, because no one had like made an effort to get through, if that makes sense. So that's what I did. I just added a ton of shrubs and flowers, and I will also sprinkle in so many of the wheat fields to just give it that extra overgrown feel vibe, because they obviously feel very like dense. So I thought that was a very good vibe. And I also included some of the hay bales in a similar color to the wheat fields, so that it looks like maybe they were harvested at one point and made them into hay, and now I just felt like if they had the same color, maybe that could be like a storyline. I'm not sure. I'm no storyteller. But yeah, here you can see me starting to lay down this path that I already exchanged, but I still didn't like it, so in the end I went for this kind of mossy one combined with this brick path. And since I did so much like shuffling around and then I caught the Rona, I still haven't managed to update the code website, but it will be updated very soon. I'm working on it. It just all takes me a lot longer because I'm very sick and I'm recovering from surgery. So yeah, give me a minute. I'm working on it. I'm okay. It just all takes a little bit longer than it would usually take me. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of add in this code after I placed everything down, which was so much fun picking everything up again and placing everything down. I did it anyways because I wasn't sure how I would lay everything out, and I felt like if I would just, you know, sprinkle everything in later, like the codes, it would make it a bit easier for me to figure out, because I would just need to place stuff back down, and I knew where I could actually like place down paths because there wouldn't be a plant and whatnot. So that's what I did. And in a minute I will also be including some of this like mossy water pathy thingy. That's not mossy water pathy thingy, it's a swamp water kind of path, because to me it kind of looks like maybe some plumbing broke and now this street was like kind of overflowing with some water. I'm not sure. That's the storyline that we're gonna go for. Thank you. And then I kind of just extended it under this entire building to make it feel a bit more complete, and also just add something underneath because I felt like it was looking a bit flat, and that just kind of gave it a bit more depth again, which I really love. But yeah, I will just again add in a couple more designs, so I don't really know what to talk about. So since we're at the end of the video, if you're still watching, thank you so much. How are you doing, my loves? I really hope you're well. Please stay healthy, please take care of yourself, wear your masks. I am a very careful person when it comes to the Rona. I only caught it because my entire family caught it, and obviously now I did too. So please be careful, my loves. I don't want you to get sick. But yeah, again, I'm so creative when it comes to voiceovers, if you haven't noticed. So I think I will just talk a little bit about the house customizations that I've already done, because as I've mentioned in the first video, if you haven't seen it, I might pop a little card up right now for the entrance video. I did actually get a couple of villages that I really like, and I think I've decided to go for the Japanese house style with like a more darker customization, because I really like the wood colors of the Japanese house styles, the more natural ones. Even though that doesn't make sense, I feel like this is going to be like a huge mesh of aesthetics, but we will all be here for it, and we will all appreciate the cultural colorfulness. Is that a sentence? No, it's not, but we're gonna ignore that. I'm very, very sorry for this voiceover. It's a mess, and it will be so much fun to me to edit. It's actually terrible. I struggle so much with coming up with stuff to talk about, and I tried to give a bit more of a descriptive voiceover of what I was doing, because I felt like with this like whole building stuff, maybe people might appreciate me explaining it a little bit. But we only have a couple of seconds left, so thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I would very much appreciate it if you would maybe give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm going to leave you now with a montage of this finished build, and yeah, take care of yourselves, stay healthy, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye bye.